Hey, can you think of anybody better to celebrate July 4th and America's 250th birthday with than Walt Disney? I sure can't. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard the Daily Dose of Disney podcast. I'm Ray Keating, novelist, economist, and editor and publisher of DisneyBizJournal.substack.com. So now in this podcast, we cover a lot of things: Disney-related news, debates, discussions, insights, lessons, on a wide range of topics. And today we're going to talk America's 250th birthday. It's here. And it's really a shame that Walt Disney isn't around to celebrate with us, because he's certainly a man who loved this country greatly. But we can tap into, and we will, some of Walt's wisdom on America and why it's such a great nation. I've written on Walt's patriotism before and his love of country, and this is an ideal to revisit many of these points. So Walt offered a variety of quotes, many quotes, reflecting his love for America, but there was a depth to Walt's understanding of patriotism, and it really captured what is the best about the United States of America. So these following 5 quotes that I'm going to give you, they come from 2 books, and they're well worth noting, and you should go out and grab them. Walt's Words, Quotations of Walt Disney with Sources, from the late Jim Korkis, a great Disney historian, and the official Walt Disney quote book from the staff of the Walt Disney Archives. I'll get there. So let's get into it. First, Walt understood what parts of the foundation. He understood that parts of the foundation upon which America is built certainly are freedom and optimism about the future. Walt was speaking about the challenges of his own time, but his quote here, this first quote, certainly speaks to our time as well. So, quote, Walt said, quote, "Once a man has tasted freedom, he will never be content to be a slave. That is why I believe that this frightfulness we see everywhere today is only temporary. Tomorrow will be better for as long as America keeps alive the ideals of freedom and a better life," close quote. He was right about his times, and I certainly hope that quote is right about our times and looking into the future. Second, there's a reason why people want to come to America. I think this is a time where a lot of Americans are forgetting this. But that has been the case throughout our history. And it is still to this very day. Even with all of our shortcomings and failures, America is, as Walt says in this next quote, about tolerance, democracy, and freedom. And under freedom, it's clear that people see opportunity. That is the freedom to make a better life. So here's what Walt had to say, quote, "All men will want to be free and share our way of life. There must be so much that I should have said and haven't. What I will say now is just what most of us are probably thinking every day. I thank God and America for the right to live and raise my family under the flag of tolerance, democracy, and freedom," close quote. And that came from Jim Korkis's book. Third, unlike some today, perhaps many, Walt understood that there is a price for freedom. Freedom, as they say, isn't free, and having gratitude for those who have secured our freedoms is very American, as is helping others in their struggle for freedom. So Walt said the following: "The liberties which we enjoy and take for granted didn't just happen. They had to be won. Even today, there are parts of the world where the fight for freedom is still going on," close quote. Again, that's a quote from Jim Korkis, his book. And boy, Walt was right then, and he's right today. Fourth, Walt loved Abraham Lincoln, and we all should love Abraham Lincoln as Americans. He understood that the principles of the American Revolution weren't fully realized until we fought a bloody civil war with Lincoln, and everybody has flaws, and we all have them, as I said, leading the way. So this is what Walt had to say here. Quote, "Most Americans will agree with me that no man has had more of a positive impact on a nation than Abraham Lincoln has on our country. Yet I have always felt that too few people realize that Lincoln's concepts and philosophies are as useful, as necessary, as applicable today as they were when he pronounced them a century ago. His analysis of freedom and its true meaning, his approach to justice and equality, his own courage and strength, all areas vital in the 1960s as they were during the mid-1800s," close quote. And I would add vital today as well. So fifth and finally, it's striking, again, how often Americans need to be reminded that freedom of speech and the free exchange of ideas are central parts of what makes America great. To those who lack faith in their own ideas and beliefs to the point that they wish to take away the freedoms of others, well, Walt Disney wisely would disagree. Walt said the following, quote, "Our heritage and ideals, our code and standards, the things we live by and teach our children are preserved or diminished by how freely we exchange ideas and feelings," close quote. That comes from the Disney Archives book. These bits of ideas about America from Walt Disney, as I said, they applied certainly to his time, but they applied today as well. So thanks, Walt. America, happy 250. Folks, I hope you subscribe to Disney Biz Journal Substack at disneybizjournal.substack.com. If you become a paid subscriber, you get 3 books to start. Boom. You get 10 points from Walt Disney on entrepreneurship. You get the Disney Planner, and you get the book 1950s Sci-Fi. And/or check out all my books over at RayKeatingBooksandMore.com, including 10 points from Walt Disney on entrepreneurship right there. Take care, and hey, have a magically productive day.